Josh, your man Nick Cannon rocking with hiphopvibe.com. It's incredible. Turn up.
Hey, what's going on? It's your host, KB Tindal, man. This is hiphopvibe.com, and right now, I am on the Legends Lounge, man, with another legend in the game, man. This is New York City at its finest, man. This is Video Music Box, 30 years and plus, and still going, Mr. Ralph McDaniels.
Thank you, KB.
It's a pleasure, man. It's a pleasure, man.
Yes.
Wow, this is kind of surreal for me, man, because, you know, like me and my partner off camera, you know, we were talking about, you know, if it wasn't for you, man, there was a lot of things that we would have never seen, you know what I mean, coming up in our culture, you know, as far as hip-hop is concerned, man. So, like, you opened the doorway for a lot of things to progress in this industry, man. So what keeps you enthused about it? What makes you keep going on, man?
I think for me, you know, it's like I started out as a DJ in the parks and doing, you know, the parties for the fam and all of that kind of stuff. And so I always have the enthusiasm of the DJ and finding new music and new sounds and new things that are happening within the music, you know, either through blending music or through remixing or different music, you know, dubstep, whatever it is, trap music, whatever it is that's going on. I try to stay abreast of what it is. That gets me excited. That's been a hobby for me. Now we turned it into a business.
Right.
And so that's the greatest thing that can happen in doing something that you enjoy, you know what I'm saying?
What's like one of the biggest things that you see as far as the difference between back in the days when it was real early and it was real fresh as opposed to now? Like, what's one of the things that you see that's like a major difference, something that we could probably do a little bit better on?
I think that lyrical content could be a little bit better now. You know, some of the subject matter that we put into the music could be a little bit more thoughtful and more beneficial to the community. Not saying that we all have to make that type of music, but I think there should be a balance, you know, that, you know, there's so many people out here that need something, that get inspiration out of this music that we create, and I think that some of the music that's played on the radio or, you know, just in general is popular, is not really beneficial to us as a people. So, and I'm not saying that you shouldn't make it. I just think there should be a balance of it.
Right.
Yeah.
We support it, but there should definitely be a balance. There should be a line somewhere that's drawn that says, you know.
Yeah, we always had, you know, our party music and our, you know, whatever music, you know, ratchet, whatever you want to call it. But, you know, I think there's a balance for it. Yeah.
Do you feel like the content that the artists are putting out today, like the Kendricks and the J. Coles and so on and so forth, do you feel like the game is coming back to a lyricism forefront?
Yeah.
You know, where it should be, you know, like where, you know, where we were so Afrocentric in the early 90s and we were very conscious about what we were saying to people, and then we drifted, and that's hip-hop.
Yes.
That's the culture, so we respect that. But do you feel like it's coming back and that's where it should be?
Absolutely, man. When I listen to some of the content that J. Cole has and some of the content that Kendrick Lamar, and I think Drake kind of helped it with what he was doing in the beginning and still now, it's great. I'm happy. So I know that, you know, you have to allow the progression of things to just happen on their own.
Right.
You know, I can't tell an artist, don't do this, don't do that. They have to kind of figure it out on their own. Yeah,
absolutely. So tell us what's new. 30 years, Video Music Box. What's new on the horizon? What is Uncle Ralph working on now that's going to keep blessing us for the years to come?
I do a lot of consulting, and I work on films. I did the Nas documentary with the I worked on that as a you know, some consultant. So, you know, we were with Nas in the early years, 20 years ago, when he created Illmatic. You know, did his first video. It Ain't Hard to Tell. So I worked with them. I'm working with Raekwon now on his documentary for only built for Cuban Links. And I did a bunch of his first videos for him as well. So I'm glad that those artists are coming back around 360, and their music has stood the test of time. So I'm involved with those things, and some other projects that, you know, I like to document and get involved in documentaries so that those documentaries are done correctly, you know, so that's important to me.
Sort of stands the test of time and leaves that legacy as far as what these artists contributed to this culture.
Yeah, man, you know how it is. You know, sometimes we see stuff that's not done by us and that we have no involvement in, and then like, that's not true, what they just said.
Right. They twisted.
Yeah, you know, because either they did it on purpose or they just didn't know, so... There's no excuse. Ralph McDaniels is here. Fellas like yourself are here. We know.
Yeah, man.
You know?
Absolutely, man. Hey, this is KB Tindal, man. This is hiphopvibe.com, man. This is Ralph McDaniels. This is a legend in the game. If you do not know, do your history and do your homework, man. because this is where it all starts from. This is the foundation, man. This is New York City, man. This is what we do, and this is what we love, man. Tell everybody where they can catch you out on social media and websites and so on and so forth.
Twitter, Instagram, it's at Video Music Box. Facebook, Ralph McDaniels with the number 5. And that's it. Or you can go to videomusicbox.tv if you want to see where I go daily or things that we're interested in. We just post up stuff.
There you go. There you go. That's what it is, man. Ralph McDaniels, the legend in the building. HipHopVibe.com, man, and we out.